Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays FTL. We're gonna be a little bit more conventional this time. Gonna rename the Kestrel. What's my favorite Kestrel name? We're probably gonna go with the USS Buttfucker, aren't we? Why don't we name our games after some of, or our characters after some of my favorite Poison Mushroom episodes? I really liked Deadliest Catch episode. Catch, that's a decent name for a douchebag. Big fan of... what was that? Facade was good, but I really like Zoo Race. That one was crazy. And how about Drug Wars as well? All Drugs Wars? I think it was just called Drug Wars. In any case, some of the worst games I've ever played in my entire life. So we'll go with these. We got Wars, Catch, and Race. I like that. And on the USS Buttfucker, shall we? Wars, it makes sense, I think, that you man the weapons. Race, you can man the shields. Awesome. Actually, we should have Catch on the shields and Race on the piloting system, shouldn't we? It seems like the names sort of line up like that. In any case, let's begin our quest to conquer the galaxy with laughter and mediocre games. We'll accept the bribe from this pirate right away. No need for us to get involved in, you know, any combat that perhaps we can't handle. And anytime there's an energy shield, I'm ready, or more than willing, should I say, to just back the fuck out and not have to deal with that at all. So these guys have missile launcher laser. We're gonna try to preserve missiles here in the early game. Unfortunately, that will probably result in us taking damage because it's kind of unavoidable to a certain extent. And we're actually taking a lot of damage here in the early game. We've taken their weapons mostly offline. We will drop a missile in here just to take their weapons completely offline. Then we will focus on taking out their shields. Hopefully this fire will starve itself soon. With shields totally out, they want to surrender. We will not accept surrender because they only offered us 8 scrap. To be honest with you, 8 scrap is not nearly enough, when I will probably get much more scrap from actually shooting down their ship. Usually, when you shoot down a ship, when you accept surrender, you get like more fuel, more missiles, but when you shoot it down, you get more scrap. So we want more scrap. We're gonna upgrade our doors. We've still got 16 scrap with which to do something with, and we've got a nice little triangle of distress beacons here that we're dealing with. We will intervene to defend the outpost here. Wow, these guys are gonna try to do a boarding party this early on in the game, which is pretty crazy. We're gonna focus on their weapons first of all. This guy is gonna die incredibly quickly. I'm sorry, Tack, or Tatch. You are gonna find yourself in a bad state pretty early here. We're gonna drop another missile on weapons. Wish I didn't have to waste it, but, you know, it's gotta be done. Their boarding party has already died. And we will just continue going to town on them, basically. Probably go for oxygen next. It depends on what they're fixing, though. I suppose we will see. And we'll go for weapons next because they have brought that back to the yellow and brought a laser back online. Now with that totally offline, we'll go for oxygen. Even if I only hit one, this should disable their oxygen systems and put them completely out, putting them in a very bad position, a position where possibly they might like to surrender. Nope, they're just gonna die. Well, at least they died with pride. We'll get 15 scrap as a result of that, as well as 17 scrap and 4 fuel from the place we rescued, which is awesome. We'll probably upgrade to our next level of shields as soon as we get a little bit more scrap. Obviously, we have to pump some stuff into reactor power as well. And this is going to be a pain in the ass. We've got ion weapons and lasers on this Zoltan energy shielded ship. It's a Zoltan energy bomber in general, I guess. So we're going to have some stuff to worry about here. We're going to probably take a fair bit of damage. I am going to drop a missile on here. I wish I didn't have to, but I kind of feel like I do. Everything is taking damage right off the bat here. Maybe I should have just surrendered to the slavers, to be 100% honest with you. Take the weapons offline, please. Oh my god, thank you. That actually landed. I did not expect that. We need shields are back. Okay, that's good. Artemis can go back online, and Burst Laser can go back online in a second here. Now, with their weapons almost completely offline, we need to land one more on weapons. Please, Artemis, fire quickly, fire quickly. So it's not an easy fight. They accept, yes, we will accept their offer of giving us another crew member. Alright, get yourself to work, fix some shit. I know it's not your fault, but that was an incredibly difficult turn of events that we had there, thanks to your masters. But you're free now, you're free to pursue a better life here. Lang. Oh my god, I fucked up fixing the med bay. Very smart there. But it's all good, get those engines back online. We took a lot of hull damage there. I hate energy ships, man. Ships with the energy shields are just the absolute worst to deal with. Okay, Wars, you get in here with me. We're gonna leave Lang on the engines, because that's where he is going to spend most of his duration, or most of his time on our ship here. Catch can be on shields, and Wars, of course, back on weapons. And let us jump not into the nebula, because that could potentially end our run before it even gets started here. Instead, we'll take ourselves back into the middle of the galaxy, and fuck it, we're paying their toll. Reason being, another ship with energy shields. I don't want to fuck around with that right now. I would rather get out of here as soon as possible. So we get an anti-personnel drone. We've almost made back our scrap from that toll that we paid. But I do not have upgraded shields yet, which is something that I consider not necessarily a prerequisite, but something that's very important if you are going to, enter the second sector. It's good to have a second bar of shields. Let's attempt to follow and keep up with them. We get another crew member as a result of that. That was awesome. So we'll put this guy just randomly in here. He can deal with borders and random repairs as they need to be done. Shall we jump to this non-nebula sector here and possibly get into some combat that will give us a little bit more scrap? You know what? Yes, I'll pay 20 scrap to repair our hull just a little bit. Let us go to the exit now, because I'm actually a little bit worried about outrunning the rebel fleet. And we're kind of, now that I've invested in the hull repair, not even close really to getting that second bar of shields, which sucks. Let's explore this asteroid field. We got nothing of interest, so we will jump into civilian sector. So far, so not great. Of course, we jump into the middle of a nebula, so we have no choice but to kind of go through it. You know, Winston Churchill, if you're going through hell, keep going. I actually cannot do a good Winston Churchill impression. But it's all good. We can repair damage again. I don't think that's going to be necessary. I would love if you would just give me something to fight, something easy, preferably. Like, I don't want to sell missiles. Ignore the station. Let me do my job here. I'm a Federation cruiser. I am a Federation cruiser. I want to take out as many rebel ships as possible. But you're not letting me do my damn job, and that is a problem. So we're going to abandon the engine room briefly while we get that fire dealt with. Gonna fire some missiles into here. Took out drone control, took out weapons, so all that is left really is shields. Once the fire's out, which should be any second now, we are going to close the doors. So we'll close those up. Shields are now out. We'll go for engines so they can't get away. Is Lang really getting hurt here? Just a little bit. We should bring weapons. Let's go for weapons now, because they did bring their beam back online. Now we will go for engines. Not that they're going to have a chance to get away. No, now we will go for drone control. Because this thing is pissing me off. Anyway, it is dead now. So problem solved on that front. 17 scrap is not a whole lot. 20 scrap from the outpost is a little bit better, so upgrade all of that. Sadly, we can only power up our second bar of shields if we depower our engines, which would make it impossible to dodge missiles. So we helped the giant alien spider scenario. We ended up getting 13 scrap for that, as well as tons of fuel and tons of missiles. That's awesome. So now we'll depower medbay, and we have 2 bars of shields. Doing the best with not a great situation here, to be honest with you. Like, we have not had all that many possible fights here. We'll never surrender our crew to slavers. This will probably give us another crew member. They have like a burst laser and a heavy laser, which doesn't frighten me so much. We'll go weapons and shields, and we've taken both of those, pretty much exactly offline. They do still have their hull laser left, so I will attack their lasers next. Or their weapons, perhaps, is a better way to put that. And with weapons totally offline, and now a little bit back online, I guess we'll go for weapons again? I mean, there's no reason not to, I suppose. If they're continuing to repair their weapons, then we're continuing to do damage to whoever's repairing them in there right now, unless they're using a drone. Which they're not, because they don't have a drone control unit. So as far as I'm concerned, we can stay in this stalemate as long as we need to. It's not really a stalemate when we're winning here. So we get Kosar, who is a pain in the ass because he's super slow. I really dislike the Rockman, but I understand that different people have, different opinions on crew members. Let's try to shield their ship with ours and escort them out of the asteroid field. Worked well for us. We picked up a little extra scrap there. Continue going to these distress beacons. There is also, of course... Oh, we sent our rock crew member into the laboratory fire and ended up getting a shield charge booster and 31 scrap. Alright, Rockman. I understand your usefulness now. Shield charge booster, I think, charges our shields by 15%. Yes, indeed. There is also that, at the back of my mind, that achievement for the Kestrel by getting all 6 different species on board. We are 2/6 of the way there right now. So not doing so hot. We're going to jump through to the exit. This sector ended up being, a little bit better than we expected when it first got started. We're going to aid the civilian ship and power up to take down these pirates. They have 2 lasers, so we're going to do the same thing we did with that last ship that we ended up fighting. And go 1 missile on weapons, and then burst laser on shields, which is good enough to take their shields completely out. Next, we'll take their weapons completely out, and then after that, the world is our oyster, I think. We can basically choose to attack whatever we want. Let us probably go for, let's go for the oxygen system. I don't know why, but it feels like a much better way for, like, the explosion should be grander because you're hitting, like, the oxygen supply, which should be highly flammable considering it's pure O2, with, oh, we got a fire beam, with, you know, bitchin' ass burst lasers. We're gonna focus on upgrading our weapons next. Reason being is the fire beam allows us to possibly wreak havoc on our enemies. So let's jump to the next sector. Again, we'll go civilian sector. Civilian sector 1, 2, doesn't really matter to me. Let us see what we come across here. I'm gonna wait until we get a little bit more scrap before I make any, you know, definite investments. We'll never surrender our crew to slavers, I'll tell you that much. And again, I've got this pipe dream now. Maybe we have a chance of, actually, let's drop missile on weapons. And burst laser on shields. Missile missed! The worst! Oh, and we've lost oxygen. Okay, Will and Rockman, you repair sensors. Again, we're gonna drop missile on weapons and burst laser probably on weapons. Why not? So we hit the weapon as it was firing, so it only got to get one shot out. Let's fire missile on shields now. There must have been a fire because it's taking their weapons down to red. And with shields totally down, now we'll focus on oxygen. Everything on our ship is fixed. What's wrong with you guys? You need to get some better repairmen. I might have the slowest people in history. Yes, we will accept the offer. We get Yoin, who we'll probably send to the weapons area so that he can power that up a little bit more, which is good because we are going to invest in upgrading our weapon systems. We need one more upgrade, which is going to cost 50, and then we'll probably need to upgrade our reactor as well. But for now, you know what we should do? We should go to the store and sell our anti-personnel drone. Maybe we can get this fire beam up a little bit more quickly. So we'll never surrender our crew to slavers, as usual. Actually, we're going to depower Artemis briefly. Oh, that's depower Artemis briefly. We're going to power up the fire beam, because I think this will do damage to the energy shield, whereas Artemis, we don't want to waste lasers, like, unnecessarily. Or sorry, waste missiles unnecessarily. So if we can use fire beam to take down the energy shield, then switch back to Artemis and maybe drop one in on their weapons, that'll be fine for us. Rockman, you get in here and take care of this fire. Shields are down, that's bad. So we're gonna again burst laser. Let's use fire beam first. It's a long one too. Wow, I did not know that. Like that. Did a little bit of damage to energy shields. Then we'll burst laser the remainder. Okay, now we'll power up Artemis. Like this. Cool. Things are not going superbly right now, but could be going worse, to be sure. Where's this missile coming? Right in the engines, of course. So we're going to Artemis on weapons. And we'll burst laser on... It's in yellow, missile launcher still up. We'll burst laser on shields for now. That's exactly what I was hoping was going to happen. We should probably send a Zoltan in here. We'll Artemis on weapons again. Okay, they give us a crew member. It's a Mantis. All is not lost yet. We need to send Lang for sure into here. So how many... Now we have 4 of 6. We need Slug and we need NG. NGs are easy to come by. Slugs are usually quite difficult, but we already have a full crew here, which is awesome. You're going to go back in the weapons area. You're going to come in here. And we have a nice little crew to deal with boarding parties should they come on. Might not even have to starve them of oxygen. Instead, we can just take them out the old-fashioned way. Mantis, Rockman, Human, all very hearty races there, which is great. So now that we're at the store, let us sell our anti-personnel drone. Fix up our hull just a little bit. Like that, maybe. Invest in another weapons upgrade so we can get our fire beam going at the same time by depowering our medbay. Excellent! We will want to invest in reactor power, of course. This is a nice little setup that we've got going on here. We'll send our rock crew members in to put the fire out again. We get another shield charge booster and another decent selection of scrap. So can we have 2 shield boosters? Awesome. The faster it charges them, the better. Remember, 15% plus 15% is higher than 30. So that is a pretty solid upgrade for us to get right off the bat. Well, at least we're on Sector 3, I think. We will accept the bribe of the pirate. I don't need to be a hero right now. Let us jump ourselves closer to the exit here. Running a little low on fuel and missiles. Let's scrap some of the debris of the space station. Again, not trying to be a hero. Just give me the money. I can use that to repair my ship and, you know, invest in a next level of shields as well. We have no need of this ship's services. Yeah, I do need to get that third level of shields up as soon as possible, I would say. We got a pike beam. Probably more valuable than a fire beam. So why don't we use that instead, and we can sell the fire beam. I enjoy the pike beam because it's so long. Like, it stretches all the way to the end of, like, the enemy ship. You can probably usually hit, like, 4 to 5 rooms, sometimes more. So let's sell the fire beam. Keep the pike beam. Fix all, I think, is okay. Buy all the fuel. Everything else is okay. There's no crew members that I could buy that would help me out. Otherwise, I would have bought some to get us closer to that goal. Particularly if there was a slug. I would have bought a slug easily. And you know what we should do? Let's invest 1 in shields. Just so we're ready if we get a little bit more scrap. And I'm not tempted to spend it elsewhere. So we got a nice setup of weapons here. We're definitely going to intervene to defend the outpost because they have ion weapon, beam weapon. I don't even know if we need to use a missile here. Hopefully I won't regret saying that. But if we just burst laser the weapons, take at least one of the weapons offline. Or, yeah, one's fine. And then pike beam, like, their entire ship. Or at least anything meaningful. Yeah, they should be, like, absolutely destroyed here. That was one of the easiest fights we've had all match, actually. Gives us 15 scrap. And another 30 scrap from the outpost, as well as a little bit of fuel, which is okay. And some missiles. We're going to go to the pirate-controlled sector in Sector 4. So far, everything is going quite well. We're almost on our second level of shields. In fact, if we sent the Zoltan in... Well, we'd have to upgrade our reactor anyway, so this is fine. We can get third bar of shields if we power down engine in medbay. Which might be a good idea for this fight, actually. They do have a missile launcher, which is a pain in the ass. But let's power down engine in medbay. And power up to our second level of shields. Or sorry, third level of shields. Which will allow us, I'm presuming here... actually, we're going to focus on enemy shields as quickly as possible. Their weapons are still going to be online, but if we take their shields out, then pike beam will work, and beyond that, the asteroids will just piss them off. So we're going to need to take shields completely down before pike beam is going to work effectively. That's alright. We'll drop 1 missile on weapons now. We can afford it, except it missed, so maybe we can't. And then almost all of our shots missed as well. You need to get in here, buddy. We're going to send Rockman in here to take control of the fire. And maybe we should actually, now that we have like almost 0 shields left, maybe we should send everybody in here to take control of the fire. Because we find ourselves in not the greatest situation. Shields need to go completely offline, then pike beam can land. Excellent. Okay, now pike beam all the way across the sky, like so. That should be pretty good. Now they're trying to escape. That's a smart idea. 7 missiles, 1 drone part, 18 scrap. Yes, we will accept surrender. 7 missiles is quite a lot. Medbay is depowered, so I should maybe depower Artemis and power up Medbay. Need to power up our engines as well, of course. Still don't have quite enough to invest in another reactor slot, but that's okay. Good on these guys for doing good work. Now that this is back up, we'll send Will in here to the medbay. Kozar, actually, Kozar should go into the medbay as well. How's our Mantis doing? Marcus, you're fine. And we are good to go again. So that was a solid fight there. It wasn't the easiest fight in the world, but we got it done. Picked up a huge assortment of missiles there, which is awesome. Are going to have some combat here. Please offer me a slug. I will take it. Get our 3rd bar of shields up. And we'll drop Artemis on weapons. Probably burst laser on shields after that, depending on if the Artemis lands. Does it land? No. So we'll burst laser on weapons. Oh my god, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And does Pike Beam, it shouldn't do any damage, right? Yeah, it does no damage at all. So we're gonna have to go, maybe we'll go for shields first. Nope, still not very good luck there. Let's send a human in here to fix the sensors. We'll try to burst laser down shields. Missed completely, awesome. Good thing we got all these missiles. So we're gonna drop 1 on missiles, 1 missile on shields is what I meant to say. Completely missed again. My god. Cannot hit like 3 shots here. We'll drop another missile on shields. It hits! Ye gods! Thank you. The Lord smiles upon me right now. And we do manage to take shields completely out. Next step is definitely... I would love to hit the piloting system at the same time, but I need to get weapons and shields offline before I worry about any of that. So that's a pretty nice pike beam right there, I would say. Took shields completely offline. We still have to worry about weapons, but I don't think that I have to sweat using the Artemis anymore. So, we'll just burst laser on weapons with those completely offline. And everything fixed, we'll send this dude back into the med bay. And this needs to get fixed as soon as possible. Med bay is not even powered up. I need a burst laser. Why am I just sitting here? There we go. 20 scrap, 4 missile, 2 drone parts. I'll take it. I'm not a proud man. We need to power up the med bay now. And you need to get there. Lang! Don't let me down here, buddy. It's a little scary. We're going to upgrade our reactor again. Now we should be able to have shields up. Oh, we still need med bay up. But now, one more reactor power will be enough. Oh, man. Taking forever here. It's all good. Everybody is healed. We're still alive. Ship's in reasonably good condition. Gonna send Lang back to the engine room. Will back to just the miscellaneous area here. Depower medbay, power up engines, and get ready to go. Lots of distress beacons. I can understand it. This is a cold part of the universe. Everybody wants me dead. Rock crew members just absolutely saving my life here. Over and over and over. We got a reverse ion field. Protects your ship from ion damage, giving a 20% chance to negate it entirely. This seems pretty awesome, actually, because ion damage is one of those things that can really mess up your shields and weapons. So as I took a quick water break, we ran into absolutely nothing there. We do have a store. That's awesome, because I need to buy as much fuel as this damn ship will hold. And we are going to have a little bit of combat here, which is going to be a pain in the ass because we're dealing with a cloaker. But they have ion damage laser. Perhaps our augment will allow us to completely miss or bypass getting hit by this ion beam. It's my dream anyway. Man, they must have like level 3 cloaking. So we're going to go for weapons right away. They do only have 1 bar of shields. Actually, let's go for shields right away, because then the pike beam can just rake over like all of these systems at once. All except 1 anyway. 3 misses! Kind of unbelievable. That's okay. We do manage to take a little bit of damage here, which surprises me. Shields are totally offline. That's not good. And now, so is our pike beam. They have stealth weapons as well, because they can continue shooting even after we've... Okay, now we've got shields offline, but pike beam's not done. They can continue shooting even after the cloak, is what the direction I was going to go with that. Okay, so we're going to drop another Artemis on their weapons, because they're pissing me off. Awesome. Weapons totally offline. When pike beam is back, we're just going to do like that right there. Completely destroy them. I didn't want to use that many missiles. I didn't want to use any. But we got some missiles out of it. We got a lot of scrap out of it. And we really need to invest in some fuel. Even though we did get some from that fight as well. Well, we'll get 3 here. We can buy an Engie. I want to buy the Engie. Like, I know I can't. Let me get rid of a crew member then. Can I just, like, delete one? Yeah, let's dismiss, who's the human in here? We'll dismiss Will. I'm sorry, Will. It's been a good time. You've been a good repairman, but it's time to just, like, throw you into the galaxy. Why can't I sell my crew? So then we'll go to the store. We're going to buy Christoph Z. He's going to be our designated repairman. And now we only need a slug. If we get a slug, we've got all of our conditions fulfilled here. Now, at the store, we should sell... was there not something I needed to sell? I thought I had to sell something. Well, at the very least, fix as much as we can now. And let us jump, or continue jumping here, from beacon to beacon. Kind of just in the back of my mind is the idea that we can get that achievement, but I am going to need to pick up a slug at some point. Slug is a pretty rare race, but, you know, I think we've had it happen on video before, so... let's dock with the station and investigate. Looks like we're going to have to... Wait, we have to dismiss a crew member to continue? I don't want a second Engie. Will, you're trying to come back as a new race? I'm sorry about that, my friend. Oh, it's a Rockman. Well, we already have, like, all these guys already have skills, so I'm sorry, Will. You just don't have a chance here. So they're gonna board us. We're just gonna, like, take all the oxygen out of everywhere. Or at least out of here. And if they want to fight us in the med bay, so be it. We'll send Mantis, Rockman, like, human in here. Do we not have, like, a third? There we go. So again, if they choose to fight us in here, that's their own prerogative. I would consider it to be a foolish decision, but it looks like that's what they're actually going to do, so awesome. And as soon as they do that, we'll just close all the doors. So we should not have to worry about oxygen anymore. Should be easy fights. I anticipate no problems here. And, yeah, that's basically all over. That was super easy. We'll send Kozar back out. Who's got catches on shields, races on pilots, and you guys get back to the miscellaneous bay here. Awesome. Well done. Back to the exit. Looks like Sector 6 is basically an inevitability right now. Ignore the station, because I don't have any other options. Give me some scrap so I can buy a little bit more fuel before we go to the next sector, please. Well, we have an automated ship. Again, focus on shields right away, because the faster we take out the enemy shields, we'll drop a missile on it. I think it's worth it. The faster we take out enemy shields, as we just have our shields guy level up, the more likely the asteroids are to hit and actually take them out themselves. Sadly, our missile missed, because our missiles always miss. Should probably sell Artemis. It's just like perpetually disappointing me. There we go. Finally one lands. Maybe we can land another one with our burst laser. Only need to land 2 out of 3 shots. Managed to make it happen. This means Pike Beam is a go right now, so we'll do that and hit all remaining segments. Doesn't do any extra damage to unoccupied rooms. Which is a little bit frustrating sometimes, but it's all good. We're going to pick up some scrap here. 34 is alright. We're going to need to wait here for our engines to recharge, which can be a pain in the ass. It's like, you know, like, I would need to get hit by 4 asteroids in the space of like 10 seconds. Probably less, probably the space of like 5 seconds in order to take down my shields and do damage. Just let me jump! So all I wanted to do here was buy the, as much fuel as is humanly possible. We'll be able to jump out of here now. If there was a slug there, I would have been pissed. I probably would have tried to sell Artemis or something to pick him up. Because the achievement is worth more to me than my survival. Let's go to Slug Home Nebula. Is that like a prairie home companion? But by going here, we should potentially... Wow, it's a big nebula. We should potentially be able to pick up a slug crew member and complete our full set here. Okay. So we've got a cloaking ship here with a nice beam and a laser, as well as 3 bars of shields. It's going to be a pain in the ass. We're going to fire all systems on shields to start with, and then Pike Beam can get in there and actually start disabling systems. It'd really be worthwhile to get rid of Artemis and, in return, pick up like a sweet ion weapon. Because the Artemis is unreliable. The ion weapon doesn't do any like hull damage, but it's more reliable at taking down enemy shields. Well, we still managed to hit with that Artemis there. So at least we did hull damage, if nothing else. Shields are totally down, so this is the time for Pike Beam to shine. Maybe something like that. Weapons, shields, engine, medbay. That's fine. I'll live with it. Will you accept what is in our stores in exchange for our lives? Let them live. So they give us 28 scrap, a missile, and a drone part. I was hoping they'd give us a crew member. That's alright. You can't always get what you want, right? The extra scrap doesn't hurt. We can use that to work towards our 4th bar of shields. We got another slug ship. Exactly the same situation here. Exactly the same scenario. That's all good. We'll drop again everything that we have on shields to start with. These guys actually have an ion weapon in addition to their other weapons, which is going to make this a huge pain in the ass for me. We've really got to get their shields down so we can get the Pike Beam in there as soon as possible. I'm not going to waste Pike Beam just yet. Their shields are going to come back. We're going to want to drop on weapons and shields again with all we've got. Oh, they actually did some damage to us there, but didn't take out any systems. Oh, God damn it. But when they come out of cloaking, our lasers should land. Take out shields, and then again, exactly the same setup right here. They didn't beg for surrender, though, so, you know, I'll give them some credit. And we'll try to take out their weapons with our burst laser. Should be firing. Sure, let them live. They give us 4 fuel. Wow, that's it? 4 fuel? I let you live for 4 fuel? Give me one of your crew members. They should add like a real... It's exactly the same ship. They should add like... In FTL 2, there should be a diplomacy feature where you can actually negotiate like surrender like in Civilization, where you can be like, alright, I'll surrender if you give me 20 fuel and your best crew members. And they'll be like, we can't even offer... We don't have 20 fuel. Oh, sorry, Gandhi. Tough luck, buddy. Shit's hard in the universe sometimes. They're gonna cloak immediately. Yep. As they do every single time. We should really send Rockman in here to take care of this fire. Maybe Engie as well, actually, to get the repairs done as soon as possible. I realize that our Zoltan friend is very close to death. However, we can't do anything about that now. Did we just miss with our laser? No, it hit. Awesome. So if we charge up Pike Beam again, should be able to get some good stuff done. Rockman, come in here and help with the fire, please. Rockman. Kozar, sorry. I do want to get Yoin, like, to safety. I also want him to get a less silly name. That's probably really offensive to some Scottish people, and I apologize. We missed with like every shot that went for weapons. But Pike Beam, tear them a new asshole, please. It's got to be like this. Yes, okay. Come on, Pike Beam. Yes, let them live. Accept the prototype weapon. Yes, I will. We get the anti-bio beam. Does no damage to ships, but greatly hurts the crew. So this is a weapon that we'll want to use if we upgrade our sensors, but since we're probably not going to upgrade our sensors, instead we're just going to sell this at the shop and hopefully finance the repairs that are absolutely necessary for us. Lots of people need some healing here, so let's get Yoin in here. Mantis is fine. Kozar is fine. If nothing else, at least we're continuing to get some cool stuff here. Greatly damages enemy crew. Maybe it's more useful than Pike Beam? I don't know. Okay, so we need... Who's this? War? Yes, Wars, you get on weapons. Yoin, follow him. Kriz, you end up here. Everyone else is in exactly the right positions. We've got a store here in the middle of this nebula, which is always nice. We're not going to repair our hull too much, just a little bit. Now we can see how much anti-bio beam sells for 25. Let's sell it. We got 64 now. We could buy another Pike Beam. We don't really want to do that, though. Instead, we will just get ready to jump to the next sector. Sadly, no slugs here. I kind of expected we'd run into them. Engage the slug ship. Yes, do it. We fought the slug ship here like 1,000 times. This one doesn't have a cloaking device. I guess someone up there likes me. We're going to see what we get out of this one. Okay, shields are totally down, which means, again, Pike Beam in the usual position. Like so. If you would like to surrender, I'll take you up on that for sure. NG, you get in here and fix the oxygen, please. I love having a big crew. It's just like, everything becomes so much easier when you have enough people to accomplish the goals that you want to do. Again, we'll Pike Beam like so. Easy enough. The ship is dead. Sadly, we got no slug crew members. Tons of scrap. Wow. Like, tons of scrap, though. Let us jump to remaining distress beacons. Could go back to the store, repair our hull, which would probably be the most prudent decision. Instead, we're going to fight a Mantis fighter here. I didn't even realize that we had a fire and a breach here. Did our sensors go down or something? Okay, so we have slugs. Let us be friends, please. Again, we're going to focus on taking out enemy shields. They don't have missile launchers. They do have a lot of lasers, which could be a pain in the ass. And we're going to fight the slugs, like, head on. Apply directly to forehead. Who's hurt? NG's hurt, of course, because he shouldn't be fighting. Close all doors. Slugs are going to die. Now that I've demonstrated the strength of my army, just got to get shields off. Please let me have your crew. Shields down. Shields down. Shields down. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to go pilot, teleporter, engine, weapons. Like this. That is going to do a ton of damage to them. And they should probably be thinking about surrender sometime soon. Because they pretty much have like no chances for success. They're going to give us, yes, we'll take it. That's a lot of scrap and a ton of residuals as well, or extra bonuses. We can get the 4th bar of shields. So we will do that. We need to upgrade our reactor a little bit. But otherwise, we just want to move all these guys back into their miscellaneous rooms here. Well, why not jump to some more beacons while we're here? It might be incredibly risky, but, you know, things are going quite well so far. Get 34 scrap. That's 2 reactors right there. Alright, so we do need to repair our hull. That is our #1 concern right now. Everything else is going pretty well. We need a little bit more weapon power, I would say. If we're going to succeed overall here. Like, this could prove to be a problem. They do have a boarding drone, but that's fine because we have the power to fight back this boarding drone, is my guess. Send the NG in here as well. Yeah, so we're going to focus again, as always, enemy shields first. When we can take those out, we find ourselves in a much better position. Again, we're going to Artemis enemy shields. Missed, which is a serious issue. They're sending another drone. Lanson. This is going to be a long fight here. Artemis on enemy shields. It needs to hit. Now we need all 3 lasers to hit. Didn't work. Oh, man, okay. Got another bomb that just missed, thankfully. Again, Artemis, enemy shields, needs to hit. All 3 lasers. Only 2. Not good enough. We're going to send Mantis in here, as well as NG and possibly our human. Actually, NG, you hang out here. We have 2 This is a Rockman. We'll send our human in here to fight the boarding drone. Artemis, gotta land on shields. Who's almost dead? Rockman, get into the med bay. You can do it. Artemis landed. Now, burst laser. Can we pike beam quickly and do damage? I think it might be a possibility. Yes! Oh, wow! That problem solved there. I was just being an idiot, I guess. So we do still have to deal with this boarding drone. Civilian ship got the fuck out of there, which is okay, but, you know, it strikes me as kind of a problem considering the situation that I'm in right now, where I could really use them to repair our hull, for example. Sorry about this, Lang. You're probably going to need to go to the med bay. Never send a man to do a Mantis's job. Should be able to take out this boarding drone. I can't believe we're still alive. Now you get out here. We're going to send the NG in to repair the cracks. Kozar, you can probably just go back to work. Lang, similarly, just go into the engine room. Chris, you go down to the med bay, because you are looking a little bit green right now. Still going strong, and still no slugs. So we'll go to the Rock Homeworlds next. That'll be Sector 6 for us on this run. This long run. No complaints, really, though. We could still get a slug here. We're just going to keep going. We do have good weapons, good fuel. Drone parts are fine, not that it's necessary. Breach missiles. Fires 1 missile, 4 damage. Pierces all shields. High breach chance. That seems really useful. 4 damage is really good. How would we use this? We'd have to power down Pike Beam. Power down Artemis. Oh, we could do it like this. Power down Artemis. Power up Breach Bomb. Let's try it. Just for kicks on this next fight that we have. And if it's bad, we'll sell it, because it seems like something that would sell for a lot. So we've got quite a nasty fight coming up for us here. We're going to send the Breach Bomb in on the shields, because if there's less oxygen on the shields, then, which is what, you know, causes a breach, then we've got awesome abilities to do damage to them with the Pike Beam eventually. So drop Breach Bomb. If it hits, which it does, we'll then drop Burst Laser. We'll depower Breach Bomb. Put Pike Beam up here, and maybe power up Artemis. They only need 1 Breach Bomb to land, I think, in order to do substantial damage. They've got their own Breach Bomb, but that's okay. We'll send an NG in there to take care of it. We're going to Burst Laser on shields. Oh, sorry, Burst Laser's 3 now. Okay, Burst Laser on shields, just to keep them down. And then Pike Beam like crazy, like right here. Yeah, it's good enough. I'll take it. We could probably hit oxygen at the same time, actually. Like that. Yes, I like that a little bit more. So that's going to do a ton of damage to basically every system that they have. Let's fire again on weapons just to see if we can get this missile launcher offline before they fire another shot at us. Oh, they managed to get another breaching missile out. And it took it down our ship. What the hell? I guess it does do 4 damage. I thought we were doing so well, though. Well, that doesn't put us in the top 5 for us, but that's a decent run. We got the most crew hired anyway. In any case, that was a cool run. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.